so we gotta wait till it actually starts.
Okay, so and you can stop screen sharing now.
Oh,
Or
crap. Okay, I'm not showing streaming yet. It's showing active.
okay, I can see that handicap truckers live.
Oh, it is live?
We are live. Yes.
It's not live on my end yet. This is the Anime Analyst. Welcome to our show, but we are still do not have everybody live yet, so we need to make sure we get everybody live. And we are streaming live, but I don't see anybody on there yet. Like, it's showing that it's multi-streaming, but it's only showing that maybe I have to open it. That would be a smart thing. Hey, there we go. All right. So I'm an idiot, and I'm. Let me close the page now that I know I'm streaming. All right. This is the Anime Analyst. I am your host, Thomas Fry.
And I'm your co-host, Hassan Reddy.
And tonight, in the corner of the screen, you're going to see the poster to our show. It is called Psuedo Harem. And basically, for people that don't know, because I read some really funny reviews, Pseudo Harem means imaginary harem. It does not mean an actual harem. So, now let's get to the background of this one. It's got a score of 758 according to myanimelist.net. Popularity 2068 with 100,000 members on there. This is produced by Billy, Pony Cannon, BSUJ, Tokyo MX. It is sourced from a web manga, and there are 12 shows, and it first started airing July 5th of this year, and they're at, I think I just watched episode 7 a few minutes ago. And make sure, oh yeah, PG-13, and it is a romantic subtext in school, which makes it a shonen manga. So let's get in with talking now. You and I we have different opinions about this anime. And believe me, I read a lot of reviews and what other people think from more than just my co-host about what's going on with an anime. Most of the animes that we're going to be talking about for like the first 5 months, I've already seen like 10 times. Unless they're currently airing, I've seen it multiple times. Our last Friday show, I probably watched that 5 times in just preparing for the show, but I saw that 5 individual times, both seasons, all 37 episodes. I love anime. I do not like cartoons, and I like adult anime. I just, because the mind is a wonderful thing, and it'll take you to imaginary heights that you can only imagine. So we need to make a couple announcements as we're going. We are going to have a YouTube channel in Pakistan where you are from. Yes. And that should be ready. We should be on the air with that next week. We are also going to bring the Anime Analyst to Facebook in both Pakistan and the U.S. And Canada. That should be happening next week too. And when we do our show, we'll be broadcasting live to everything. Now, if we get a bunch of people that want to ask us questions at the end of the show, we will stick around and stay live and answer them all. I got a chat room that reads to all where we broadcast right here on my computer. So if you got a question, I should be able to see it in time. Um, but tonight's the Psuedo Harem is Ei Kiriyama has a dream shared by many high school guys to be popular and have a harem of girls fawning over him, like every isekai harem anime on the planet is. But I don't. A lot of people didn't get this anime, and I think I understand why. When I was younger, I had a girl chasing me. And there's a big difference when there's a girl chasing you versus a guy trying to get a girl or trying to develop a harem. The girl chasing the guy in this anime, she just happens to be an up and coming actor or actress. Let me get that correct. So she likes to pull off multiple characters and answer them, and they kind of, to me, it's a romantic comedy. So, shoot me your opinion on this anime.
Okay, so I have a really mixed opinion. Like, I think this is the first anime that I have watched of this category. Like, if you put it in a category, it was like a drama. Like, there is nothing else. There is romance, some, and there is one point that is accurate. Like, everybody dream of having a harem, and where this guy is finding his harem in a single girl whenever he wants, and he's treating her right. Like, he's in some scenes, he's treating different personalities like different persons. Like, he's not considering single person having multiple personalities. But it was like only script was good. Like, I will not say that everything is bad about it, but script, like, I think, and there is no dub version right now. So like I have to really concentrate on the subtitles because the episodes are only subtitles in English, and there is too much talking. Like, if I
Well,
was
that makes watching a subtitled anime very difficult. When there's a lot of conversation, you can't. I had to watch it. I was on my third time till I actually got to watch the anime and read it because there was a lot of information. But to me, it's not so much a harem anime. It's kind of, I think that title's a joke. And I think the writer is, people took it the wrong way and did not understand that this is a romantic comedy where it's basically the banner between the two MCs, and I guess you could even call them both the protagonists because they're playful, playing romantic, and I don't know about you, but granted, I was only married for a while, so obviously I ain't figured women out, but I used to play back and forth with my wife like that all the time. We, play into each other, have fun, be sarcastic, and there's a lot of sarcasm in this anime. So I have found being of the sarcastic persuasion through my life. A lot of people don't like me because I am very sarcastic. I
yeah, that's actually the main thing that I didn't like about this. Like, it's showing too much real life. Like, the girl is going to the boy home. Next episode, the boy is going to the girl's home, meeting their families. But like, there is nothing that, like, if we talk about anime, like other animes, like within a snap they change story. They are in different worlds. They are fighting demons. They have things like that. But this anime is like, it's based on reality. Like, no superpower, nothing like that. No second word, no fighting,
Oh, so
fighting
you're
anything.
not a fan of animes that take after real life and just show? I mean, this could be equated with a weeknight half-hour comedy show, and I don't want to put it up there with Seinfeld or anything like that, but it's kind of that type of comedy. And me, I like the break from the because the character developments on a lot of the animes that have come out has been extremely poor, and it's like they're just trying to they're trying to do what Ford did back in the early 1900s with the car. He made a factory and shoved them babies out. The more cars you put out, the more money you make. Well, stop that. Start putting some. I'd rather drive a damn Buick or a pickup truck. Put some quality into the damn thing. I want proper character development, proper plot development. I want a main character that isn't a complete moron, that is so afraid of a girl that if a girl walks up and went touch, he screams, and then the bad guy hears the scream, but then shoots at someone 10 feet away and misses. I mean, come on. I mean, some of them are just, and don't worry, we'll review those, and, it might be a slam fest, but there are some really bad isekais out there lately. Wow. But I don't think this is a bad one. I mean, as far as the writers go and the dialogue, I have not seen any conversation that is repetitive or boring, or it moves, and it moves at a nice even pace, that as long as you're okay with, real life comedy, so to speak, and believe me, we got some more animes just like this coming up, and some of them are extremely highly rated when they came out, and extremely good, and kind of along the lines of the same thing, but, I mean, because honestly, let's face it, there's only so many stories or so many ways you can write about things that happen that then you can turn it into an anime. And rather than them researching it out, taking their time, doing everything that we were talking about earlier, they cookie cut these things so bad that they're atrocious. I mean, they're horrible. I personally give this one high marks. I would say a 7 out of 10.
Well, I'd say 6 out of 10. Like, because I like the things, like I like the comedy, I like the humor, I like the character building, I like the script. It's not that everything was bad, but there was something that I didn't like personally, and I will not say that everybody is going to like that, but some find that.
When
Because
you
for me,
Go
there's
ahead.
no limit in anime. Like if you imagine something, you can do that in anime. If you start doing that in movies, that people will see, no, this is not possible. But in anime, people don't think that it is possible or not possible, because no, it's anime.
The problem with movies is they make it look so good nowadays. You can't tell what's possible and what's not possible. I mean, you watch Mission Impossible movies, and oh my God, they make look like someone can hang off the side of a plane and they make it look real. And there is no way your fingers are going to hold that good of a grip while you're opening a door in winds at 175 mile an hour at takeoff and 250. Yeah, right. Like that could possibly happen. That world just so disgusted me. I went to anime, and I, started in on some really good animes on my very first ones that I saw, and it hooked me. That whole genre of the anime world and the character world and isekai. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to say that word properly. And now, granted, we are going a little bit long today. This is our first. We got a slow start. And I just kind of wasn't done talking about this because this, we kind of opened up a can of worms with this of whether or not a anime about what could be real life, and this very well, I could see this happening. it happens every day in every school around. Well, maybe not every school because they all don't have drama clubs, but this could very well happen in any school, any town, any state, USA, or around the world. This could happen. Um, and I just think the way they show it, the way they do it, it's a good story. It's funny. It's kept my interest. Although I am curious now that he's graduated, um, his schools, where are they going to go with the story? Because they're only on episode 7. They've got 5 more episodes of story to go. Now they've had good story development up to this point so far. So I'm kind of curious to where, are they going to start showing them going into college, and are they going to, one thing I do have to say I saw in a review, and I'm going to speak my piece right now. I actually read where someone wrote they did not like the anime because they thought the MC was too stupid and too ugly. They actually said she has a long chin. So I took another couple of animes that are highly rated and put there is no difference in the drawing from one to the other on the chin size. If anything, I think the eyes are bigger in the drawings versus where you see a lot of other animes that are popular of the artist drawing on them. They draw the eyes smaller, and they draw the facial features a lot smaller, and I think that makes her a cuter girl on paper. But it to dislike an entire anime because and that same person said that he was abusing her and mistreating her. I think mistreating was the actual word. So that cracked me up. That was almost as funny as the anime itself. I started laughing at that. And I mean, I'm talking, this person wrote an essay. There's 500 words there on how bad.
I don't think that he is watching the same thing that we are watching, because I think in the second episode, if you see, like when they are at a food store and he is buying snacks, and he's picking each flavor for each of the personality.
I love that part.
Yeah. So it shows that he cares about her. It's not like that. But his like, I think on the first meeting with the girl, he told her that I wanted to have a harem. So like she's doing that to get close to her. So there is nothing that he's not mistreating her.
Well, they're in the drama club, and he's a stagehand that wants to be a comedian. He's trying to look good. I mean, the whole thing starts off as him introducing himself as the club president. And 2 seconds later, let me introduce you to the club president. You just said you were. And that just kind of set the pace for the whole anime. I thought that they were going to go in down that comedy lane, and I think they did I like the plot so far I like the plot and the plot development. I like the normal things. I mean, as much anime as we watch to prepare for this show, and some of the outlandish things that we have seen and have quantified that as that being high quality anime, you almost can't say anything bad about an everyday, average, and ordinary red-blooded male trying to be comedic and play along with her playing all these different characters. By the way, that same person said that all the characters that she was through the first 7 episodes, she did in the first episode, which is not true. And I went back and watched it several times. She added a couple more in 3, and in episode 4 added another one. So I can't wait to see where the rest of this goes. I mean, if they stay true and keep the plot moving through the whole thing, we'll review it again. When it's done and after it gets through all 12 episodes, and make a judgment call there. Also,
it can change my perspective as well.
I think we should start something, this being our first show that we're doing. Don't worry, our backgrounds will get better. I don't like running those fake backgrounds, so I'll just get a proper background done on my side. Hussein's is a lot better background than mine, just where he's sitting. Mine isn't. I have studio boxes stacked up against the wall, so I tried to cover them so you wouldn't have to look at them. But any anime that you personally like, if you're watching, after you hit the subscribe and like button, but write in there something that you would like us to review, because I have seen literally hundreds and hundreds of animes, and picking what you want to do next, especially here in the beginning when we don't have any shows under our belt. We got about 10 shows that will be coming out that I got to finish editing, but we decided rather than edit and then wait for them to come out, you got to add stuff, and everyone got to work and all that. We're just going to start doing our normal 10-minute show live every day, although we're going over today. This is our first show. We have a lot of information that we're trying to get out there, and I want to get as much as I can in this first episode. So if there's something you want to see, put it in the comments. We will see it, and I can just about guarantee you at some point we will review it, because if you're watching and you want to see it reviewed, we'll review it. If you're not sure about something and you don't know if you want to see it, ask us. We'll answer it in the comments and then do a show about it. We don't care. We're easy to get along with. So, give us a shout, give us a like, give us a subscribe. And this is the Anime Analyst. I am your host, Thomas Fry.
And I'm your co-host, Ascended.
And we will see you tomorrow on the next episode of the Anime Analyst. Thanks for dropping